coverage begins Sunday at noon on ESPN.
Jimmie Johnson has 10 top 5 finishes in the first 20 races this season, more top 5s than he had at this point in any of his 5 championship years. His average finish this season is 10th, and if he keeps that up, it'll be the second best mark of his career, trailing only 2006 when he won his first title. And that's got 5 time thinking about goals.
I won 8 championships. I know it's a lofty goal and a bold statement to make, but man, I've overcome any goal I've set for myself and any hurdle that's been out there, and I've got to keep pushing new ones up. You know, it's bold, but I won 8 championships.
Well, there you go.
Yes, there it is.
You said it. Well, I say it now.
I'm a lot closer to it now than I've ever been, you know, at 5, but I think every driver, you know, wants to set lofty goals and looks at what Earnhardt has accomplished and Richard Petty. And I'm sitting there at 5, the third most winningest driver in championships, and I would love to win 6. I'd love to win 7. But if you're going to dream, you know, let's put a mark up there. And the only way to be the undisputed, best driver of NASCAR history would be to do that. I'm very proud of the fact that I'm in that discussion now with the success I've had. But you know, again, if I'm going to dream, I'm going to dream big, and I want to set out a lofty goal for myself, and that's about as lofty as you can get.
I was surprised because when I sat down with you for an interview at the beginning of the year, I think it was back in January, you said, I don't have any goals. Like, there's no races that I'm pointing at that I want to win, just going in there, and we want to get this 48 team back to the basics. That's what you told me. It's about the people, and we have to get back to that. So when did you start not only the 8 championships, but when did you start creating these goals and thinking about them?
You know, honestly, in general, I don't have that statement of trying to win 8 doesn't live in my mind every day. I live in the now. I worry about this race, this week, things right in front of me. Marty did a very good job in that interview of extracting it. I think he knew through some other conversations that he and I had what that goal was, and did a great job of pulling out of me in the interview. But it's there, and it is in my mind from time to time. I'm a realist. Can it happen? Sure, the possibility is there. But it's going to be the most difficult thing in the history of racing to do. So, I know it's a lofty goal, but I've said it, and it's out there, and we're certainly talking about it.
And you will be talking about it the rest of the week, I'm sure. I want to read you a quote that you said back in Daytona. You said, quote, "I feel like I can do a better job and be a better team member of the 48 team. We have to reinvent ourselves in some areas this year, and we're ready for it." What areas have you guys done that?
I think in the area of communication. I think that Chad and I, it's tough as you put together, a long span of seasons together with someone. Just like any relationship, the longer you're with someone, the less you probably communicate. And I think that hurt us late last year, and we're frustrated over not having speed in the car and probably went about things in the wrong manner, and how to make the team stronger and better. And over the offseason, we had some great conversations and drilled down deep on issues and topics. And I think our stronger race team, he and I, and our relationship are stronger. I still always feel that I can be a better teammate. It's tough because we're so busy and life goes on. At times I don't feel like I'm around the shop enough and ingrained with my guys, but they know where my heart is, and we're tight and connected, and always striving to be better. And celebrating in victory lane makes everything okay with those guys. You do know that, right? It does. And at the Brickyard, it's so cool because there's a long procedure afterwards where you can enjoy it as a team, unlike other tracks. Yeah, still to come on NASCAR Now, much more with Jimmie Johnson. We'll continue to look back at all of the exciting moments from Sunday's race, the battles, the domination, and, oh yeah, that big old kiss at the end of the race. And Jimmie's not the only driver with 3 wins on the year. Stewart, Keselowski, they've done it as well. So who's the biggest threat in the championship battle? Jimmie weighs in.
We believe to make it great, you shouldn't have to settle for anything less than the tasty.
You save.
Coming up on Saturday morning, it's Sprint Cup Series qualifying from Pocono, 10:30 Eastern on ESPN2. Later in the day, the Nationwide Series is in Iowa, qualifying at 4:30. The race coverage starting at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN2. And then on Sunday, the Sprint Cup Series goes racing at Pocono. Coverage starts with NASCAR Countdown at noon Eastern on ESPN.
There's this indescribable feeling of accomplishment and satisfaction that comes with being the champion. I won't be able to feel that this year, but I'm really proud of the guy that will. I can only imagine what it must feel like to win as an owner and driver. Congrats, bud. You did the impossible. And I know I will be stronger from this. My team will as well. And I hope to be back at that head table soon.
And Jimmy trying to find a seat there at the banquet.
I hate public speaking. I hate standing at that podium. I sound like a fool up there.
You did a great job.
Oh, that stuff is so painful.
Now, if the chase started today, 3 drivers would move to the top of the standings based on their 3 wins on the year. Jimmy Johnson, Brad Keselowski, and the defending champ, Tony Stewart. Dale Jr., who leads the points, would start 6 points back of that trio. Casey Kane would grab one of the 2 wild cards, giving Hendrick 3 drivers in the chase. Okay, so you saw that list. Who's the biggest threat this year? Man,
when I look at last year, I mean, this year you form some opinions, and I think the 17 is going to be a factor. He always is. I look at Junior, and he's going to be a factor. Brad has shown a lot of strength and consistency. You know, so long story short, they're all going to be a factor. And when I look at what happened to Tony last year, I remember his remarks before the chase started that he was going to waste a spot inside the chase. And he caught fire and won the dang championship. So you can't count anyone out. I'm going to go in there with my guard up for all drivers, put my blinders on and focus on my team and what we need to do. And, you know, I know that we can put 10 good races together, but it just depends on Talladega, you know, Martinsville. There's some wild card situations in there that could take you out. But I feel like we'll have the speed to compete.
You mentioned Junior. Obviously, you guys share a shop. He's now the points leader. He's the sport's most popular driver. If you had to pick a driver that you wanted to go against this championship with, yeah, I give you Junior or I give you everybody else in the chase, who would you rather go against?
Man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. For the reasons of the unity in the shop and how hard our race team works, I would want to go up against the 88.
Yeah.
I've been fortunate to race Jeff and Mark for a championship. And, you know, it sucks that somebody's got to lose, but at the same time, it is such a feather in the cap for the shop, for Hendrick Motorsports, to have a 1-2 situation. So that's what I'd want.
You'll have to hire some extra personal security for that one, you know?
Yeah, that might be a little tricky in the end if I came out on top, but I'm willing to take the chance.
Do you have to adjust the way that you approach the championship based on who your biggest competitor is, like some other teams, baseball or football, sometimes they do?
Yeah, you do. I mean, once you get into the chase, guys typically run strong at some tracks and not so good at others. Then even in the course of a season, you can see weak points that a team may have, and maybe they don't restart well, or maybe they're not strong on long runs, and you just try to play your hand. Even fuel mileage we've seen has been important at some tracks at the end of the day. So as it develops and you get down to 2 or 3 competitors, you can form a strategy, but in the early stages of the chase, you just got to get every point you can.
All right, more with Jimmy Johnson coming up next. We've already surprised him with Rick Mears. Now we're going to get a little personal. We're going to answer some Twitter questions. Jimmy Johnson will be here the rest of the show, and like I said, you sent in some Twitter questions, and we will have him answer them.
I'm serious. We compare our direct rates side by side to find...
Sunday, driving the 48 car to victory for a record time, 4th time. This week, the Sprint Cup Series on ESPN is at Pocono. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is the new points leader for the first time since 2004. He continues his quest for the championship, but the tricky triangle is no easy puzzle to solve. Nothing beats first place. The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series at Pocono, Sunday at noon on ESPN.
3 Eastern right here on ESPN 2. You can catch NASCAR Now. Our experts give their thoughts on whether Jimmy will take the rest of the field this year or if they'll take Jimmy for that championship title. And it'll all be based on what they saw on Sunday.
7 cars coming this time, Jimmy. We are pitching with him. By the way, turn in. Be ready. Go, man, go. Ding. Hard, all the way out. Ding. Outside, 48, outside.
Get the race off pit road. Now they'll have a track race around that expo. Yeah, that was a nice little race down there.
Great job, fellas. Set it sail now. New leader, 48.
Well, Matt Kenseth really struggling back there. Oh, Joey Logano in trouble. Turn 1. And here we go.
We're in the wall, guys. guys, in the wall.
Now the NASCAR Sprint Cup Championship leaders got fire coming from under his car.
You guys hear me? Rolling to you. Just bring it to us, man. We're waiting on you here.
So Dale Earnhardt Jr. becomes the leader of the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Championship.
Green flag. You are clear. Clear. All right, baby. Let's air that thing out. Get back what we want. A couple good corners here, bud, for your fourth Brickyard 400 trophy.
The checkered flag is in the air. A fourth win in the Brickyard 400 to Jimmy Johnson.
Buckle up, boys. We're going to kiss the bricks. Woo! Well done, Jimmy Johnson. You are the man.
Jimmy Johnson in studio with us all day. That was such a fast car.
It was good.
It was good.
It was good.
We've been asking you at home to send in your Twitter questions for Jimmy to answer, and we have a couple of them here. First one, Jimmy, you do a lot of world traveling with your family on your time off. Any dream destination?
Destination-wise, vacations, to me, I need water. So lakes are cool. I've been on some great trips. Max Pappas took me back to his hometown, and there's some great lakes of Lake Como and Lake Logano that were nearby. That was cool. But I'm more of the ocean guy, so some sand, you know, cold beverage, sun. That's my perfect vacation.
I'm with you on all of that. Second one, what's your favorite late night snack?
I've had to take it out of the freezer because I will think about it when I'm asleep, and that's ice cream. I will literally walk to the fridge, grab a spoon, or the freezer, grab a spoon, and at 2 in the morning plow ice cream. So I've had to eliminate the ice cream from the house.
Any kind in particular?
No, I like it all, unfortunately.
I'm with you on that one too. Okay, the last one. This is from Sarah Squirrel. Actually, this one's from Don Williams 48. What's your favorite cartoon? This is a good one because I know you're watching cartoons a lot now.
Yeah, I mean, right now there's a lot of Dora in the house, Wonder Pets, you know, all the stuff on Nick Jr. right now is in full rotation.
We are a Blue's Clues family all the way. She's not into Blue's Clues?
Not yet, little older for her, you know, a little old for her.
Yeah, so what do you have going on with Twitter? I know you have something for your fans.
Yeah, typically every Tuesday I give away the hat that I wore at you know, the previous race, and since we're here today, I'm not able to do it. Giving away my hat on my site tomorrow. So please tune in. I have my hat from Victory Lane that I wore all weekend long, plus many others.
All right, so you heard Jimmy Johnson. Go ahead and check him out on Twitter and try to win his hat. Jimmy Johnson will be testing at Road Atlanta, and then we'll see him in Pocono this weekend as he tries to make it back-to-back wins. Thanks for joining us here today. Thank you for joining us.
Glad
it's been
to be
fun.
Here. Thanks for having me on.
Gotta do it again. We'll be back, NASCAR Now, tomorrow, 3 Eastern, right here on ESPN2. Have a great night, everyone.
Welcome to Numbers Never Lie, presented by Lex.